That does bring me to Congressman Jim Jordan, who has joined us from his first dinner. And I have the feeling that there's probably another dinner or two in the evening before he's done, because one of the things that I love about Jim Jordan is that he is a leader. Did somebody say speaker? Speaker? Well, as a non-partisan organization, of course, I'm just going to stick with leader, but you can figure out where he might do that leading. But he's doing it right now, and the reason that he's got these multiple dinners and countless trips around the country is he's trying to help ensure that the United States Congress remains the kind of place that this organization believes is needed, one that practices and promotes peace through strength. And this is a man who practices peace through strength every day. We're proud to have him with us to introduce our guest of honor.
Thank you. You're kind, thank you. All right, sit down. Don't clap. I haven't said anything yet. Frank, thank you and CSP and thank you for just that fundamental commitment over the last 30 years to peace through strength. That ideal that Ronald Reagan was brought to us all and has been just central to our great country. My favorite statement, and my background's a sport of wrestling, but my favorite statement is actually made by a baseball player. Guy pitched for the Dodgers way back when, a guy named Hershiser. Remember Hershiser, the Bulldog they called him? Read his book after he took the Dodgers to the World Series championship back in the late 80s. And in his book, he has a line that just stuck with me. He says, "Great things can happen to ordinary people who are willing to work hard and never give up." Great things can happen to ordinary people who work hard and never give up. My favorite word in the statement, favorite word, is the word ordinary. Stop and think about it. We're all just regular, ordinary people, all in need of God's grace. But in this country, ordinary people don't have to do ordinary things. They can do extraordinary things if they're willing to work hard and never quit. And it is a statement that captures the guy I get to introduce, a colleague and friend, an ordinary kid, a farm boy from California, who comes to Congress and is at a chairmanship of one of the key committees on one of the central issues of our time, where top people in our government did things they never should have done to go after the guy we all made president of the United States. And this one man, it reminds me of the story in Scripture. Remember this? You all know the story in Scripture where a teenage girl saves her people, right? For such a time as this. Devin Nunes, chairman of the Intelligence Committee, for such a time as this, when the FBI took an opposition research document, dressed it all up, took it to a secret court to get a warrant to spy on a fellow American citizen so they could spy on the other party's candidate for president of the United States, is as wrong as it gets. And but for the work of this guy, we would never have known all about this. So I am honored to be here tonight, Frank, and your organization honoring this individual, a true patriot. History is going to look back and say, when this all comes out, Devin Nunes, our chairman, our farm kid from California who was here, has done the right thing. There's a second verse, and I'll end with this because we want the chairman to come up here and speak. But my favorite scripture verse, 2 Timothy 4:7. Paul's the old guy giving advice to the young guy, and he says this: fight the good fight, finish the course, keep the faith. Devin Nunes has done that. When this town came after him, When they trumped up some bogus ethics charge and ran him through the ringer, he stood tough because he loves this great nation like Ronald Reagan did. He loves this country, and he knows when something is wrong, it has to be exposed. And that is why it is so appropriate that he gets the Keeper of the Flame Award here tonight. Devin Nunes.